Good morning, everyone. Well, I'm here again. My husband said to me, "Are you doing a talk for Sunday?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, it's Saturday." I'm like, "Oh boy, that's right. I just did the Christmas Eve one, so I completely forgot I had to. It was Sunday because it was Christmas yesterday." So, welcome again, everyone. I'm glad to be back here, even though I had forgotten about with the days being so close. This is the last Sunday in 2020. Do you believe it? Even with all that is going on this year, we've come to the last Sunday in 2020. And I know 2021 will be better than we ever envisioned. I don't have a time frame or what, but it will. That is what I believe. So I'm welcoming you here. Boy, lost my thought for a minute there. To the Gift of Plenty service. The theme for this month was plenty, and I didn't use it because I was doing the Advent and various other things on the Christmas theme. And I was saying, what am I going to do since I forgot? Plenty. Oh, perfect. Christmas time is when many of us receive plenty of material things, gifts, even family and food and all of those types of things. But for many people this year, they didn't. And so they didn't believe they got anything. So this talk is about believing in that gift of plenty that is always available to us. So as we head into 2021, we get to open our hearts and our mind, knowing that God will supply us with all that we need. We will get through it to get to it. I think it was Toki used to say that all the time. As we continue to believe and grow and spread love into our world and joy into our world and all of those things that bring about a positive atmosphere that in turn heals our world. So let's believe in the gift of plenty as we go into our prayer right now. Heavenly presence within each and every one of us, we give thanks for this day, for this moment, for this time to be here, to give thanks for all that has transpired in 2020, whether we liked it or not. We give thanks for all the small blessings, the great grand blessings, and all those in between, for we are blessed to have life, to have awakened this day. For many people aren't around, won't be here for 2021. Many people have passed or are sick or in the hospital right now and don't know if a new year is theirs. But we give thanks to God for keeping us, keeping on believing, even through the midst of this pandemic, even through all that has transpired in our economy, in our homes, and in our lives. We bless all the politicians and stuff in the United States and around the world that are there to help people, and that money is given to those who are in need, or opportunities are opened, or it's given to the different places that supply the food and the gifts and the things that are needed for all people in our society. So we bless them on that journey of opening their hearts to the gift of plenty and knowing that they can give from their heart with all that they have. So we bless the doctors and nurses and friends and families. And I bless Mary's family member who has the COVID. I know you reached out for prayers. You're in my prayers now, and your family member. And all those who haven't said it, I bless you and I hold you in prayer, and knowing that God is in the midst of this. And I'm sending healing light to you and your families right here, right now. For in this moment, believe and know that you are perfect, whole, and complete. That the one power and the one presence is expressing through you every moment and every breath and every day. So open your heart to God's wisdom and intelligence that exists in this universe and in your mind and in your heart. Give thanks to God every moment for the breath that you take. For from that one power comes all the answers, all the resources, all the opportunities, all the solutions, all the creativity, and all the healing that you need right now. Release all and any doubt, for God is in charge. God is in the midst of this. Trust in the presence of God within you. Trust that you will be showered with all that you need. Trust that the Christ presence rises up within you and guides you to the right place in the right time in the right sequence at any moment in your life. For to know the divine order is always unfolding for your highest good, and all is well in your world, in our world, and in our lives right now. Amen. Take a breath and believe in the gift of plenty as we go into 2021. So I'm going to share a song called Abundance by Jack Fowler, which I think speaks to these words on the gift of plenty. Sorry. I'll start that again. I did something a little weird there. Here we go. I apologize for technology today.
Share gratefully this love that I give always gives back to me, knowing my oneness with everything else. I know that all that I give to myself. Share gratefully this love that I give always gives back to me, knowing my oneness with everything else. I know that all that I give to myself. Today, by giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself.
That was interesting. That was the first time I used that song, and the ending seems like it's another song. But anyway, we move on. I won't digress to somewhere else. Well, welcome again to the Gift of Plenty service. The Unity theme was plenty this month, and as I said before, I didn't share it because we were talking about Christmas things and the theme of Christmas. But plenty is what we have all the time. How many got gifts this year? As we get older, we get less and less. And as children, we usually get an abundance of gifts. What were your gifts? How did you share your gifts? Our whole world is different this year. And, people are speaking to their family members through iPads and Amazon devices and all this and all these different ways. My dad had dinner outside in a tent. I saw the pictures, and my stepmother put up signs, put your mask on, and had the clean wipe stuff there, just to keep everybody safe and 10, and they came out and ate and left. And so we didn't have those big celebrations. And I know there are many people out there that think it wasn't a real Christmas. I'm used to Christmas where, my mom comes over and everybody comes over, and it wasn't a real Christmas. But you know what it was? The birth of Jesus Christ still took place. That is in your heart. It's not under the tree. It's not even a part of the tree. As I talked about in the Christmas Eve service, what is the true meaning of joy? What is the true meaning of Christmas as you lit those candles? What is true? So that's what this gift of plenty is about, is to know that we still have enough. Many of us have more than enough in our homes and in our lives. But because we're so accustomed to getting a new present, a new pair of shoes, a new this, and then we haven't done it this year, or we can't do it because the virus and we can't get out, we don't think we have enough. But I'm here to remind you that the gift of plenty is always available. It's always here. And for those who don't have a job, or weren't able to do anything, or are starving or cold, without homes, or without the basic necessities in life, the reality is you still have the gift of plenty as well. Yeah, you're probably saying, no, I don't, I'm hungry. No, I don't, I didn't get this, so I don't have this. But I want us today to think about the gift of plenty that's in our hearts, that gift that's going to get us through this pandemic, get us through to the new job, get us through to the new place to live, get us through to a better and a new 2021. That's where I want us to focus today. My picture on the screen, as you see, is a chest with light emanating from it. And I want you to believe that your chest is opening in 2001, and the light of good health and prosperity and abundance that is always available to you, because God is your source, is flowing through from that vision of a chest. Or you can take it literally as a chest. It's a part of your body. That light is emanating from you out into the world as you give and receive of who you are, from the child of God that you are. And through faith, all things are possible. The source resides in you, in your heart. And living from that truth opens you to knowing that plenty is available to you. And when you believe that, it changes everything. The Revealing Word by Charles Fillmore of Unity Revealing Word says, belief is an inner acceptance of an idea as true. If we truly believe 2021 is going to be better and that we'll be healthier and wholer, there's a vaccine that's come out quicker than ever before. We've changed on how we meet and greet people, but we're still there. We've learned how to love people more from a distance than right in person. We've learned how to do so many ways of staying connected in our world this year than ever before. And when we believe that all things are possible, we make the shifts to make it happen, to stay healthy, to give and to receive in another way. It's an inner acceptance of an idea as true. And when we truly believe that, we accept it and we keep taking the step forward, even when it's different, even when we don't like it, even if we just want this pandemic, and I do too, to just go away. I want to just hug my friends. All of us want that. The humans want to hug and feel and touch and all of those things. Believe it, and it will happen. I always had a good friend when I hiked, and I probably shared this story before. I used to go on hikes and I would camp and do all these things. And I don't particularly like camping. I don't like washing in a sink out in the open and all of those things. But I always wanted the adventure. I wanted to do things differently. That's why people say, how do you do it? It's because I love to try different things, and many people, it's very difficult for them to do different things. And she was like, oh no, I gotta put my makeup on, and how do I get dressed up every day? And I'm like, but it was only a couple weeks of my life. And so for me, that adventure is a memory that I hold for the rest of my life, because I was strong enough and trusted enough in the presence of God to guide me to take that step, to try something new, to do something different. And I have memories. I've done Shutterfly and done a lot of my trips and put them in books and looked at them and was like, wow, look at all the places I've traveled. Because I understand and believe in the gift of plenty. I know that I can not have something to have something else. So this year we might not have had the big family gatherings, but you know what? We can have them next year when things are better, because the gift of plenty is always available to us. Reverend Ken Dougal wrote the article for the Unity month of plenty, and he says, he says when he makes decisions about plenty and the efficiency of plenty, he opens himself to the infinite reservoir that is always available to each and every one of us. And when we do that, we choose from a place of power. We have the power and the presence of God within each of us to make a choice, a different choice, a choice to do what's best for not just yourself, for everyone in your family and everyone in the world. To make a choice to do things that give and not always receive. To step out, knowing that there is no lack in your life, even if right now you don't have food on your plate or a home to live in. Know that lack and thinking in the sense of I don't have enough is all fear-based. Yes, it's nothing on your plate. But if you always believe there's nothing on your plate, you're always going to have nothing on your plate. So we have to change our mindset and our consciousness to believe. And when we believe, we start to see differently. We start to do differently. We end up in a place that will give us a full meal, that turkey dinner we wanted. Or we'll turn down a corner where someone is giving out gifts for Christmas or new clothing or new coats. But we have to believe for it to be revealed to us. So living in that knowledge that we have more than enough should be natural to us. And I don't like the word should because it has conditions on it. So I'm going to change that. Believe in the knowledge that you have all that you need at any point in your life. And it is natural to you. Because you are a child of God. And you know how you can make it natural to you? Through gratitude. Do any of you have a gratitude practice? I know of a gratitude book, and I write it in and I do pretty good for a while, and then I forget. And I wake up sometimes and I say, thank you, God, and then other mornings I don't. And people say, well, you're a minister, don't you? Shouldn't you be? Nah, I'm just like you, and I will all on our journeys. We do some things really well and we don't, and that's okay. And that's where I want us to really focus on the gift of plenty, because many people are thinking in the thoughts of lack, and that's human. But let's, for a moment, believe that you have enough. And in doing that, say thank you for the smallest thing. And if you're at a point in your life with no job, no home, and all that, you might have a fun. Sit there and think of all the gifts that you received this year. You have made it this far. There are many have passed this year. Transition died who was sick, not just from COVID, from other things. Claim your blessings and count your blessings. As a song says, count your blessings one by one. So before you go into this new year, start thinking of all the good things that have happened to you this year, because there are. Even just because you focus on all the things that are bad in this world, there are many good things. You are alive and alert and well today if you're here today. And you might have lost a family member. You had food on your table, or you went to someone's home, or you went somewhere where they were feeding you. Wherever you were, you got fed. You might not get it today, you might get it the next day. But always think in a place of gratitude. And if you had enough or whatever, thank someone. That's your gratitude. Send an email, said, thank you for thinking of me this year as I went through all these things and I didn't have enough. Thank you for seeing me. Even with the mask on, you saw me. Thank you for loving me, even when I was awful because I was in fear. All of this is about gratitude. And so the gift of plenty, it ties in with love and gratitude. Reverend Ken Dougal said he started this phrase many years ago, is love wastefully. And that's what it all ties in, right? Love wastefully. You're like, love and wastefully. Do they really go together? But they do, because guess what? You can't deplete your reservoir of love. Love never goes away. It might just feel like it, especially if you fell in love with somebody and the relations fell apart. That's a relationship. Love never goes. God's love is unconditional and always present. It might not come from your family or your relationship, but love is there no matter what. That reservoir of love is never depleted. It's where you're looking for it in human form. But when we look within, it's always there. It's tied in with the gratitude and the gift of plenty. It's always available. The more love you have, the more you get to give, and the more you receive. And many times you're going to give, and you might not get anything physical back, but the act of giving gives you back what you need. So you gave a present to someone, and you might not have a present under your tree. But look at that gift that you gave. as your gift to yourself. Or if you worked in the soup kitchen or somewhere else and you're feeding people, that's your gift. So take care of who you are and remember you are a gift. Always a gift of God, a child of God. And even the littlest thing you do, and people might say, oh, look at her, she's all miserable all the time. Or she don't do this. Don't ignore those words. Go deep into yourself and find your true self. That child that was born of love, that is love. That has all that it needs, might not be in the material things, but all that they need in their heart. And many of you might not agree with it or like this or whatever. But I would say to you, if you were to start writing a list of gratitude, of things you're grateful for, you will find the love in it. You will find all the wonderful things you have received in it. So if you haven't, before you go into, like I said, 2021, write a list, even if it's just for a day, and then you write one today, one now, or you write it all one time if that's how you are. And then I want you to hold on to that list and look at it and read it. And when the new year comes in, look at that list. Let go any fear of lack and know that you are whole, complete, healthy, and have all that you need, even when it doesn't look like it. Feel like it, smell like it, taste like it, all of those things. Let go and let God guide you into that gift. The truth of life is that it is really all perfect, whole, and complete, because that one power of God is always providing you with the resources, the wisdom, the health, and the opportunities for us to receive abundance in our lives. We just have to be open and believe in it. And when we do, and as many of it, when you stop and think about it and go through your gratitude list, you remember, 2021 might have been the darkest time in my life, and all these things that I lost. But I'm looking at this list and look at all the things I've gained or received. And when you do that, joy arises. And that's why I talked about the last couple of weeks, the true meaning of joy. Let joy in your heart. And when you let joy in your heart, you start to believe, you start to receive, start to open to get that gift of plenty. You start to walk down the right street to get to the things that you need. You start to see a person who will guide you to another place. All of this happens when we open our hearts and believe. Therefore, when you love wastefully and give abundantly and share with abundance, or share abundantly, or serve tirelessly, you will receive so much more, because there's more than enough in this world. You are and have the gift of plenty, so claim your blessings. Be grateful. Believe in abundance, as that song says. For with God all things are possible. In Unity we always sing the song, only believe, all things are possible. Only believe. So let's take those thoughts and I'll go into our meditation. So take a breath, and I'm going to read the daily word, and it's a great one that ties into what we're talking about. Is entitled Release. Because we're going to let go. And the affirmation says, I take the best and I leave the rest. That's what we're going to do. Take the best of 2020. Take the best of 2020 and leave the rest behind. And we're going to take all the best into 2021 and know that we have the power to change our lives, to change our world, to make it a better place. So breathe in and out, and in and out, as we go into that place and into the silence. Our experience this past year have brought us gifts of insight, new perspectives, many chances to grow and stretch ourselves, and perhaps the opportunity to develop a skill that serves us in the work that brings greater enjoyment to our lives. Yes, many experiences have been painful or difficult, and even with these, we have been offered new gifts. Breathe. Accept all that has come your way with gratitude. Bless it all. Find the gifts and release what no longer serves you. Be assured that God is your dependable source. Release any pain of financial setback. Release and let go. In the joy of restored health, release any memory of illness. Be grateful for all modes of connection. Release the pains of loneliness and move forward feeling lighter, cleansed, and renewed for your journey into 2021. Breathe in and out. As it says in Isaiah 43:18, do not remember the former things or consider the things of old. Take another deep breath in and out, and come back to this place. As we share our closing affirmation, I take the best and leave the rest, for I have the gift of plenty. Think about it. I take the best and leave the rest, for I have the gift of plenty. So today, as we close out this year 2020, I'd like to share a song before we close. We'll be here a couple more minutes. And it's called I Claim a Blessing. And that's what I want you to do. Claim your blessing.
This head. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I lift my thoughts to higher ground, knowing miracles are all around. Each day unfolds just as it should when I'm focusing on the good. Life is filled with opportunity. I wonder what good is coming to me. Yeah, I claim a blessing. I claim it. I claim a blessing. I claim it. Yeah, yeah. I claim a blessing. I claim it. I claim a blessing. Yeah, yeah. Bring it to me. Give it to me. Now bring it on, yeah. I claim a blessing. Yeah, yeah. I claim a blessing. Bring it on, yeah.
So, claim your blessing. Happy New Year, everyone. I'll see you in the new year, or you hear my voice in the new year. So have a New Year blessing and whatever you're doing on Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, sorry. Stay safe. Know that greatness is taking place right now, and you have the gifts of plenty, and 2021 will be an awesome year. Believe it. Just believe. So with good health and thoughts of joy, I say Happy New Year, and I behold the Christ in you. Namaste.